At 91, Sophia Loren finally speaks with calm clarity about a chapter of her life long wrapped in myth, and in doing so, she tells a story not of scandal, but of humanity. Born Sophia Valloni Ciccalone on September 20, 1934, in Rome, Italy, Loren rose from the ashes of extreme poverty in war-torn Italy to become an international symbol of beauty, resilience, and artistic truth. Raised largely in Pozzuoli near Naples by her mother, Romilda Voni, a woman whose own acting dreams were never realized, Sophia's childhood was shaped by hunger, fear, displacement, and the absence of her father during World War II. These early hardships carved a deep emotional reservoir within her, one that would later pour onto the screen with a raw authenticity rarely seen. Once teased for her thin frame and awkward shyness, she entered beauty contests as a teenager, not yet winning crowns but winning destiny, because those small stages led her to producer Carlo Ponti, the man who would become her mentor, protector, and lifelong love. Under Ponti's guidance, she became Sophia Loren, not by abandoning her identity, but by refining it, remaining earthy, Mediterranean, passionate, and unapologetically real in an era obsessed with artificial glamour. Her rise in the 1950s coincided with the golden age of Italian cinema, where she embodied the soul of neo-realism, giving dignity and emotional truth to working-class women, mothers, and lovers in films like Aida and The Gold of Naples. But it was Vittorio De Sica's Two Women in 1960 that immortalized her, as her devastating portrayal of a mother protecting her daughter during wartime earned her an Academy Award, making her the first actor to win an Oscar for a non-English language performance and forever changing Hollywood's view of international cinema. From there, Loren crossed seamlessly into Hollywood, sharing the screen with legends like Cary Grant, Clark Gable, Marlon Brando, Paul Newman, Frank Sinatra, and Charlton Heston, while never surrendering her identity. Films such as Houseboat, El Cid, Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow, and Marriage Italian Style revealed her rare balance of sensuality and intelligence, humor and heartbreak, especially in her iconic partnership with Marcello Mastroianni. Over a career spanning more than 7 decades, Loren earned 2 Academy Awards, 5 Golden Globes, a BAFTA, the Cecil B. DeMille Award, and countless lifetime honors, yet she remained fiercely disciplined, resisting Hollywood pressures and choosing roles that nourished her craft. Even in later years, from her appearance in 9 in 2009 alongside Penelope Cruz and Nicole Kidman, to the stripped-down emotional bravery of The Human Voice, and her moving performance in The Life Ahead in 2020, Loren proved that true artistry deepens with time. Parallel to her career ran her epic love story with Carlo Ponti, a relationship tested by scandal, law, and sacrifice, beginning when she was just 15 and he was 37, enduring accusations of bigamy, annulment, exile, and years of uncertainty before they finally married legally in 1966, remaining devoted for over 40 years until Ponti's death in 2007, building a family, raising 2 sons, and leaving behind one of cinema's great love stories. And now, with the same honesty that defined her work, Loren reflects on Anthony Quinn, not with bitterness, but with tenderness shaped by decades of perspective. She describes him as a force of nature, a man who entered her life like a storm, older, magnetic, restless, brilliant, and deeply wounded. Drawn to both his charisma and his pain, she recalls a bond forged through shared artistry and unspoken understanding, yet shadowed by the truth that neither of them was free. She rejects the romantic myths of Hollywood, explaining that passion alone is never enough, that their connection lived in a space of longing, restraint, joy, guilt, and acceptance. Quinn, she says, loved fiercely but belonged to no one, and with age she came to see this not as a flaw, but as his truth. What once felt like heartbreak has softened into gratitude, because he showed her her own strength, limits, and dignity. She insists she never wanted to be defined by an affair, choosing instead self-respect and clarity. At 91, Sophia Loren no longer protects illusions or seeks approval. Her truth about Anthony Quinn is not a revelation of scandal, but a quiet meditation on love, vulnerability, and time. He was a chapter of my life, not the whole story, she says, believing that some loves are not meant to last, only to change us, and in that reflection, her legacy feels not only legendary, but profoundly human.